everybody, and happy Easter. My name is Troy Easley, and I'm so excited for what's about to go down. Welcome to Easter Jam. The first thing you need to know is this is for everyone. So if you are a teenager, this is for you. If you're a college student, this is for you. And if you're a younger kid, get ready to have some serious fun, because this is like Easter like you've never done it before. But first, I need you to do this. Look around the room to see if there's anybody missing. If there's somebody missing, hit the pause button, run and find them, drag them in, because this is about ready to go down. Get ready to have some serious fun.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
I found that there's two different kinds of people in life. People who love them and people who hate them. And I'm talking about marshmallow peeps. Now, if you're in the room and you love marshmallow peeps, give us a thumbs up. You're my kind of people. I am a fan of these things. But now if you're somebody who cannot stand them, give us a thumbs down. Yeah, I knew that there'd be some of you people as well. So with marshmallow peeps, whether or not you enjoy eating them, you're gonna love our first game. It's called Peep Jousting. And here's what you need. You need 2 peeps or 2 regular marshmallows, a couple toothpicks, and a paper plate. Now, you can use a regular plate if you don't mind doing dishes afterwards. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna split your family up into 2 teams. At my house, we did boys versus girls. Once you split up into 2 teams, you wanna name your peep. Give your team a cool name. Instead of just Team A or Team B, go with something like, this is King Sugarcoat, and this one is Princess Sprinkles. And so once you've named them, you need to arm your peep. You're gonna take that toothpick and you're gonna stick it right in the front. Make sure that your peep is dangerous and ready for battle. You're gonna drop it on this plate, then you're gonna head to your microwave. Put the plate with both peeps facing each other just like that in the microwave, and let it run for about 30 to 45 seconds, but don't walk away. You wanna watch the action unfold. Plus you wanna make sure that things don't get too sticky in there. Now, the first peep to either fall over or drop their sword loses, or the peep that happens to skewer the other peep, that's the winner. So here's what I need you to do. Go ahead and pause the video now, walk into your kitchen, play this game, and then come right back for our next game. All right, hit pause now. Hey, welcome back. How did it go? Who won the Peep Jousting game? Way to go. I knew that you guys had it in you. We're actually going to be sending you your trophy at a much later date, probably February 31st. So be looking for that in the mail. But anyway, we hope that you enjoyed that game. We're going to play another game together. Now, I love Easter baskets. I love Easter baskets and Easter eggs and that whole thing. And we thought it'd be fun for you to throw some Easter eggs into an Easter basket, but we thought it probably wouldn't be safe to be throwing eggs in the house. So instead, here's what you need to do. You need to run to your room and go grab some socks, just like this. You're gonna make sure that they're folded up into a ball, and these are your Easter eggs. If you have some striped ones or some polka dot ones, that makes it even more fun. And then you're also going to need to go get an empty Easter basket. Laundry basket. See, I'm already in the mode here. But you need to make sure that you have an empty laundry basket, some Easter eggs, and then when you come back with that empty Easter laundry basket, you're going to set it up on the other side of your living room, and that's going to be your target. Now, I'm going to explain the rest of the game when you come right back, but what I'm going to ask you to do is here in just a second, hit pause, go get your socks, go get your laundry basket, set up your laundry basket on the other end of the room, and I will continue to explain how the game is going to work. So go ahead and hit pause now. All right, so hopefully you have a whole big pile of socks. You've got your Easter basket set up on the other end of your living room, and you are ready for game time. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have 1 minute just 1 minute to see how many of your socks you can make in the Easter basket. All right, so you're gonna toss the Easter eggs to the Easter basket. Now here's the thing, if you run out of Easter eggs, you can go back and pick up more of your socks out of the basket and start over. But again, you only have 60 seconds. Whoever makes the most into the basket at the end of that minute wins. All right, are you ready? Get set, go. All right, time is up. Way to go. Way to go. Who made the most? Raise your hand. How many did you make? Did anybody make more than 10? Man, all right. So proud of you. Way to go. We hope that you enjoyed that game. We hope that you enjoyed the Peep game. But Easter is about more than marshmallow peeps, Easter eggs, and Easter baskets. Easter is about Jesus, and it's about what he did for us on the cross and how he rose from the grave. It's an amazing story, and it's a story that's so simple it can be told with laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in his very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that he made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent his very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and his disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with his friends, he told them that he would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of his own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then he died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely he was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took his body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. a huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now he was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Could you imagine what it was like on that day that Jesus got up and walked right out of that tomb? It blows me away that this is what God did for us. Every year when I begin to think about Easter and begin to study for this time, it blows me away that we have a God who loves us that much, that he gave his one and only Son so that you and I can be saved. Blows me away that Jesus himself chose to do this, that he chose to come and live with us and to give up everything for us. He chose to give up his time, his energy, his whole life so that you and I can be saved. I love that. I love that he also told us that this was what his plan was. He knew that he was going to do this, and he told everybody that he would suffer, that he would die, and that he would come back to life. I love too that his friends, they all believed. They saw him suffer. They saw him die, but none of them believed that he would come back to life until that Sunday morning. Could you imagine what it was like on that morning when those ladies come running back to where they were and they said, "Jesus is alive. He's not in the tomb. He's alive. He's alive." And those men got up and they ran as fast as they could so they could get to see for themselves that Jesus is alive. Oh man. My name is Curtis Batchelder. I'm the children's pastor here at Hope.Church. The kids call me Mr. B. And for me, whenever I stop to pray, that's the moment I think of. The moment when Jesus got up and he walked out of that tomb. I can see him walking up out of the tomb. There's a huge stone on one side. There's bushes all around. And Jesus walks up and he's got a huge smile on his face. And his arms are out, ready to give me a hug. What do you think about? What do you think about on that morning? What do you think it was like? I want you to take some time with your family and just to think about what it was like on that morning, what it looked like, what it sounded like. I want you to take some time right now, hit pause on the video and talk with your family about what you think it looked like on that morning that Jesus got up and he walked right out of that tomb. I love that we are taking some time right now to think about that day, the day that Jesus got up and walked right out of that tomb. I'm telling you, it had to be incredible. And I'd love to hear more about what you and your family talked about in this time. But right now, take a moment and point to the person who said the craziest thing. I know for me, our family, we have kids that say all kinds of crazy things. Today, I know might feel a little bit different for you and your family, being at home celebrating Easter with your family, but I think this is a perfect time for us as a family to connect on the most important thing, the fact that we have a God who absolutely loves us just the way we are. And right now I'm going to kick it over to Savannah, who's going to talk to you about staying connected with your church family as well.
Wow, Mr. B, what a great reminder of the importance of staying connected during these times. If you're looking for ways to connect with your Hope Church family, we have plenty of stuff going on. If you have a kid in our Hope Kids ministry, we're getting ready to launch You, Me, and Mr. B. This is going to be weekly Zoom calls with Mr. B beginning April 15th at 11 a.m. If you're in our Hope Students ministry, subscribe to Hope Students TV and check out next week's episode. If you're in our college age ministry, we have stuff going on for you too. On April 16th at 6 p.m., we're going to launch some Zoom games that evening, hang out, and then we're going to try to get everybody connected in the Marco Polo app so we can stay up to date with what's going on in each other's lives right now. Now back to you, Troy.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. I hope that you have a wonderful Easter. Before we wrap this thing up, let's close out with a moment of worship.
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. Cross the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, you wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is